Shame.
Old people, it's so good to see you again. It's been so long. Some of you might be wondering what Old Man Curtis has been doing since the last season of Tabletop Tuesday. And if you haven't watched the last season of Tabletop Tuesday, please refer to the playlist above. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been messing with my pile of shame.
Shame.
Or as I like to call it, the pile of shame. Now, there are different ways to be able to approach a pile of shame. There are the things that you buy that you haven't built yet, and the things that you have built that you have not painted yet. And I am a person who has a decent selection of both.
Shame.
I am not the first YouTube creator to discuss my pile of shame, and I probably will not be the last. Many great painters have come onto this platform and discussed the different things that they're working on, the armies that they are building, the things that are moving forward. And I have a plan to do similar things. In fact, there is a show that is brewing right now, specifically to deal with kill teams, war bands, and armies that are on their way. But before we get into that, I felt that it was very important to log for posterity. And more importantly, to make content for this channel, because I don't play video games. I'm the tabletop guy. I only do tabletops and RPGs. For now. And so what content can I do if we're not doing another season of Tabletop Tuesday right away? Well, I can show you the things that I'm working on. As I mentioned, there are a lot of different ways you can have a pile of shame. Mine, for the most part, comes in the form of a lot of terrain sets. I've got the Octarius box set here, all built, waiting to be primed. I've got the second starter box for Kill Team 2018. I've got Battletech. I've got Curse City. So many Kill Team boards. Not only that, but I still have Witch Hunter warbands and using the new Age of Sigmar characters that were brought out for Underworlds, the Underworlds game. I've got so many piles of the Necromunda scenery that came in the giant box for Dark Uprising. It's all here waiting to be done. And then, of course, more and more figures that just need to be built. Today, I'm talking about my current project. So much scenery. Building armies is the key component to having a Warhammer game. No matter what kind you play, whether it be Age of Sigmar, 40k, Kill Team, Warcry, whatever. The characters that you play, that is the primary draw, whether it be Space Marines or Elves or whatever. Little people that are going to fight on the table are the primary driver. But since the early 2000s, Games Workshop has been putting out really high quality plastic scenery to go along with their different worlds. And I, over a certain amount of time, have started to put these things together. Now, I'm going to start with the things that I have built but not painted yet. Because, well, actually, if we start with the stuff that isn't built, then it gets a lot. That's it's easy to blow through that part because it's not built yet. As I mentioned, I am still building the Dark Uprising box scenery. There are so many columns. I haven't even gotten to the walls or the stairs or the platforms yet. I've only been able to put together a few of the columns, but they are really, really neat. Especially when you start looking at it with things like the ship interiors that are for Kill Team. and boarding actions. They go really nicely together, and I have had this kit since it was released. It was originally so that I could get my hands on more of the enforcers. I use my enforcers as a scouts kill team for kill team, but I also use the mace and shield guys as my Bulgrins for my Imperial Guard army, because I just think they look cool. And these parts are really, really neat. I can't wait to finish putting them together. But there are so many of these columns that they are a little, it's really time consuming to clip them, clean them, and then get them all together. But they are very modular. They go together in a variety of different ways. You can stack them. The walls line up with them. It's just, other people have had conversations about this kit, and I can reinforce everything that has been said in the past. Really cool, really neat. If you already don't have a set, I think you should go buy some. Go do it. As you may have seen if you watched the season finale of Tabletop Tuesday Season 2, we did play on the Into the Dark board using the Into the Dark scenery. In fact, I've got that down here. And you can hear the crackle of all the plastic. Oof, as it's moving around. It is all still gray. I'm getting all of these things built so that I can prime them. And once they're primed, I'm probably not going to paint them right away, because I'm really excited about getting some other figures to actually play with done. But once they're primed, then when the cold season comes here in the Pacific Northwest, I'll at least have them ready to go. So I've got the Into the Dark box with all of its parts and pieces. And then I've got the Soul Shackle kit, and I will tell you, so most of the walls, those are all the same as Into the Dark, but these little control panels are so cool. And of course, we have the Hollow Table. The Hollow Table ended up being a really, I mean, it was cool looking in pictures, but it is just really neat up close, especially because you're playing on a little, or it's designed to be a little kill team Into the Dark board anyway. Now, in addition to those, I've also prepped the starter box for, the second starter box for Kill Team 18. It was a Mechanicus set, and, you know, I have gotten used to how good the new sets are from Games Workshop, about how detailed the instructions are, how they show you what the options are, how they can go together. These kits, while very modular, have instructions that are not very clear. Also, a few of the connections that they encourage you to make are not put together perfectly. For example, on this smokestack, is designed to connect to the top of this base here. But the topper that the instructions had me use is a hatch. So I actually had to kind of cut away and work on the top of the hatch to make it so that it would fit well with the chimney. It isn't perfect, but, you know, with a little gap filling glue and some spray paint to prime, it's gonna be fine, especially just to play on. Also got the extra components here, and these are not new. These have been available for a while, but they were all in the starter box for Kill Team 18. And then, of course, one of the best sets of scenery that's available is the Octarius set. I have it all put together right now in the box in its fortress configuration, which, while it looks boring from above, when set out on a table, it's actually really, really neat. So what's going to happen is we're going to have an entire city's worth of battlefields to be able to play over once I'm actually able to get into a room with Dan again. And I'm really excited about that. I've already got plenty of other 40K scenery, but it's really nice to have this kind of tight-packed kill team design scenery. Now, this is the stuff that's built and just waiting to be primed and painted. In our next video, I'm going to take you through the stuff that actually needs to get built. Some of it is more than 2 decades old. See you then.
Shame.